Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Friday 15-minute video blab. Sci-Fi Funk is going to make me a theme tune at some point, so I don't have to sing to you. Singing's not my forte. It really isn't. So we have to welcome fabulous people that are in the room here today. Some people joining us for the first time, Jerry Duffy, and also to Joe Bean, who's here. Terry Brock's in the house again. Steve Payne, hello. That's Steve, that's you. That's Sci-Fi Funk is Steve Payne. For anybody who's new to Blab, if you scroll along, you see the little icons at the top here above. If you scroll over those, you can, first of all, you can see who is in the Blab here with us. You can also put messages down at the bottom there. And as Jerry Duffy, thank you for typing in here, says, if you type a / in the messages and a Q, then and a space, then type your question, I get that showing up with a little blue Q, and it appears on the other side of the screen. So Yasmin's here saying, what's happening? Let me pop that up. When I click on answer the question, we see Yasmin's question saying, what's happening? Well, Yasmin, let me tell you what's happening today. Today, we're going to be talking about hashtag edutainment. That's hashtag edutainment. And what is that? I hear you asking. It's how, when on camera, when you are creating videos for people, when you're live streaming, when you're creating your webinars, your go-to meetings, your videos, virtual meetings, vlogs, blogs, whatever you're doing with video and however you're using it, it's that sense of we need to have, when we are educating, when we're serving our customers and clients, the sense of a bit of entertainment. It's got to be fun. So why is having some fun important? And how you actually do it is going to be the topic of conversation for today. So before I invite Yasmin into the room, my number one tip for having and bringing a sense of fun and how you do it is this. As usual, go back to step 2 in my book, Confidence on Camera. And step 2 will tell you all about, all in bright orange and everything else as well. Step 2 will tell you all about the presenter mindset, that it's so important to have the right mindset. So what do you do before you get yourself on screen? You set yourself up to do it, to have some fun while you're here. Even if you're talking serious business, we all know doesn't have to be serious. So serious all of the time. So what do you do? What I do, I surround, yes, you might have noticed bits of orange. I have orange everywhere, like all my training materials, orange boxes. I walk around, I give my training people, when you're in training with me, orange notepads. I've got orange file holders. Everything is orange because orange is my color. And then I do some fun, crazy things like I get stickers and remind myself, like good things, good fun stickers that you can do for yourself. Yes, I'm very good, very, very good. I stick things like this around me so that I can have some fun. And look, I even have an orange box that I keep my pens in. And then when I'm training people here in my studio, I have little things like this around. Put the pens in a keep calm with camera on. So it's not only orange, even though the camera case is orange, I do also do red. Yes, red notebooks. Red handbags, and even the fun today. Woohoo! I've got the red boots on today, so I'm all in red today. So that's the best way. Set yourself up right from the start to have some fun when you go on camera. So let's now invite. So Yasmin, I hope that's answered what's happening today. So let's get rid of that. And Yas, let me invite you into the room. So if you'd like to jump in here, oh, sexy boots. Thank you very much, Yasmin. Come on in and tell me how sexy my boots are. And I'm going to lock the seat in because, yay, here's one of my favorite buddies from who is down the country here in Ireland. Say hello, Yasmin.
Hello, everybody. Delighted to be here.
Great. Now, Yas, tell me, because I love watching you on camera. You do a series. Tell us in a moment. Tell us a little bit about your business, your 10-second pitch, and then tell us your videos. You always seem to have fun. I know you're a mum, so probably young kids help you have that sense of fun. So tell us a little bit about you and what you do with video and how you bring edutainment? What does it mean to you? How do you bring it for your clients to help serve your clients better?
Sure. So my business is called Tiny Time Big Results. So I work with business owners who don't want to work full-time in their business or can't work full-time in their business, but they still want a thriving, profitable, prosperous business. Yeah. And essentially, this is how I live and work, because I have two very small children. A 2-year-old might pop in at any stage, so she's kind of running around. I told her I was doing stuff, but she's 2. I can't expect her to know what a blab is.
but hey, she's 2. That's half the fun. Let's bring her on. If she runs in the room, she's going to have to come and say hello and wave to everybody.
Exactly. And so for me, Tiny Time Big Results is really around, well, do you know what? I worked for 12 years in corporate. And, you know, working long hours, I wasn't really that fulfilled. I loved my job, but, you know, as time went on, I was like, oh, God. But when I started my own business, I thought, well, I don't want it to be a drudge. And I want to be able to have the freedom and flexibility to be with my children, because that's always been part of my vision of being there, picking them up from school and spending time with them, doing homework, chatting to them. And for me, Tiny Time Big Results is how I do that, and how I help my clients do that as well, because there's a lot of people like me who are also in the same boat. They want to be there for their, you know, you want to have a quality of life. I think that's the key thing, is you want to have a quality of life. No one ever sits there thinking, God, I wish I could just write one more email. You know, it's, I wish I could have one more cuddle.
Exactly. So when you're doing that, I love that concept of Tiny Time Big Results. I love what you do with that. So how do you fit, because you are on your Facebook groups, you do so much with so many different people. You've got fantastic groups and an inspiring women group on Facebook, but you always seem to manage to, I know obviously the tiny time is your expertise, but how do you manage to, when you're packing so much in, keep that sense of fun when you get on camera?
I think for me, it's just got to be a non-negotiable that I've got to enjoy what I do. I've got to really feel it from the heart. I've got to really believe in my message. And, you know, when I kind of, and as a coach, you know, you ask those 5 whys, but why is it that you do what you do? And every time I say, well, why is it that I'm doing this? And I think, well, I want more women and men as well, you know, to really be able to be prosperous with what they do and how they live their lives, not just financially, but relationships-wise, health-wise. And so, and play is actually I have 4 P's of my principles for Tiny Time Big Results, and they're based on purpose, profitability, productivity, and play. And play is a huge part, because if I don't love what I'm doing, I'm not going to wake up in the morning and think, oh God, I've got to go and do my, you know, my blog or whatever it might be. I want to come in here and I think, how can I serve my clients? How can I serve my community? And for me, when I'm creating videos, and I know I learned this from you, Lottie, is, you know, I just talk to one person. I just talk to one person. So whenever I start my emails, actually, even when I start my videos, I always say, hello, lovely, as if I'm just talking to one person.
I love the fact that you do that, Yasmin, because it's like hello, lovely, when your video emails come through as well. And I know Terry Brock does similar kinds of things as well. It's just making that beautiful, direct connection with that one person that you're talking to through. Remember, I keep saying you're talking through the camera lens rather than staring at the camera.
Yeah, and freaking them out. But that's it, like, you know, and what I love about, I suppose, the approach that I've learned from you, and, you know, from really, I mean, I didn't enjoy doing videos to begin with. I don't think anybody does. But what I really love is the fact that when I then work with, you know, a new client, or, you know, with just people who actually come and have a strategy session with me, they say, the first thing they say is, it feels like I know you already, because how I am on my videos is how I am in real life.
Yeah.
There is actually no difference.
And I think that's such an important thing to remember, is that actually, because this is, even though there are groups of people there, we need to still have that sense of that one-on-one conversation, but it's got to be the real you.
Yeah.
And I know so many people talk about being real on camera and being credible and everything else, but I think it's a conversation I was having yesterday with Frank C. Clark, who's a fabulous Frank Clark coach. We were talking about how the realness, see, this is what happens. You lose track of what you're actually thinking about then. It doesn't matter. Have some fun. Laugh at yourself. Get over it.
Yeah.
Leave your ego over there. But we were talking about how bringing that sense, that connection there, and to the realness of you. It's like, it's be real in the moment. It's now. The moment is there now. I lost my track, but that was that moment. Now I know where I'm going. It's now. Forgive yourself in the moment.
Yeah.
But I love also the fact that you were saying that it took you a while to get used to it, because I think this is many people's, more so than, I know you're a professional speaker like myself. We've shared the stage a number of times here in Ireland. And I know that more so than live speaking, I think more people are scared because there's been this, camera, I hate myself in photos kind of thing. Yeah. So how do you get your mindset ready, or what did you do that didn't work that now you've reached this point of comfort? What do you do for that?
I think the biggest thing is knowing what you want to say. I think that has to be crucial, because I can talk for a very long time. As you know, Lottie, I could talk and talk and talk.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, when you get onto a video, and I'm very conscious, like for me, you know, with my tiny time, if somebody's video is like 8 minutes long, I really question whether I'm going to watch it. But if someone's video is 2 minutes long, I'm far more likely to watch it. I think it's just with our attention spans, there's so much competing for our attention these days. So for me, I used to ramble and go blah, 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 for ages. And then it was actually, okay, what is it that you really want to get across? Is there 2 points that you really want people to understand or to take away? Or what is it that I really want them to do? And for me, it's just write it down. I don't necessarily follow the script, because once I start recording, I just kind of start talking. I don't really have a script, but I make sure that I know what the points are that I want to make. And then, you know, and I kind of use Parkinson's law as well. Like, you know, before you'd say, oh, well, I'll take 30 minutes to record that 2-minute video. And I say, no, you've got 10 minutes. And you're really, really strict with it, because then otherwise the perfectionist in you just kind of keeps coming out, and you go, no, it wasn't great. I went, in that moment, or I kind of went, oh, and I flubbed my lines or whatever. And so that's such an important point. It's the forgive yourself in the moment as well. As we said, leave the ego right now, be kind to you. It's all the presenter mindset. And I think it's learning and developing to do that. But how long did it take you then, Yaz? We've got a couple of minutes left, because I went so over last week. I'm loving the points that you're sharing here and the tips. It's great to hear personal experiences. And by the way, for anybody new, if you see the little hands down at the bottom in the corner here, whichever side they are on your screen, when you click on those, that's give props. That's giving people a big hand, big clap. So when you like what you hear, please do remember to go click, 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 click. The more you click, the more claps you give us. So yes, what was the one thing that you did for yourself, thinking about that enabled you then to have fun? I think going back to what one of your original questions was around the whole idea of edutainment. And it was really around bringing more of who I am. Like I said, I was in corporate for 12 years, and you kind of lose a sense of yourself there, because you kind of have to fit in, and you say the words that people want you to say and things. And when you start your own business, and you really have to find the authenticity for yourself around, well, what is it that I want to say? Like, you see lots of people online, and they're swearing and cursing, and I might throw the odd swear word, but that's not my style. And for me, it was very much around being very real to who I am. But I'm not naturally a witty person. If you ask my husband, and he'll tell you that I am terrible at punchlines in jokes. Like, I can't do humor and all those types of things. It just doesn't come naturally to me. But what I like to do is inject a sense of fun. So, I just posted a video up on Facebook just literally, I think, half an hour ago. And I was there, I literally had my legs crossed. I was just sat, and it was as if we were just sat in a coffee shop, and we're just chatting. And that is really, for me, is I want people to, like, I'm in my home office. I'm not, somewhere in a big flashy building, because this is how I work. I have to go and pick up my son. I picked up my daughter, so this is the reality. And I think that that's what people relate to. And I think that's what people like to see as well. So if things do go wrong, that's half the fun, half the time as well. And just to because, as I said, the alarm's going to go off any minute now with the beep beep beeps. Shay Lynch is just saying, when we were talking obviously earlier about how you learn a script, Shay's saying, I couldn't learn it off if I tried. I just know what I want to talk about and let it flow with the people you are engaging with. Exactly. If you know the people who you're trying to target to, and you know them really well, you get to know your audience really well. Like, so, you know, some people say to me, like, it's like you're talking to me, and it's like you've gone into my head. I think so. If you know your ideal client, then that really makes a big difference, because then you're using their words. I'm very conscious of listening out for the language that my clients are using and that my prospects are using, so that I can really tune into that. And a lot of the time, it then hits home, and they kind of go, oh, it's like she's talking to me.
And I think then that kind of comes into, I know one pet conversation we always love having at Professional Speaking Association is stop multitasking. Like, I'm having to, because I'm trying to watch the comments, listen to what you're saying, and answer questions, see have we answered all the questions that need to be answered, and then think, right, how am I going to start it? How am I going to finish it? And the conversation in between. I think that the more you do listen and focus, and I know you're really good at coaching people to, it's the listening, the 2 ears, 1 mouth, listen twice as much as we talk. But you and I are both motor mouths, I know. So let's have Jerry Duffy's come in here with his question. Let me pop that up on screen so you can see that. Jerry has said, one final tip from each of you to have fun on screen. What would be your biggest one there, Yaz?
Biggest one is, you know what? No, nothing bad is going to happen if you fumble a line. Honestly, just keep it lighthearted, and, you know, just keep it simple, and just enjoy yourself. And I think that the more you enjoy yourself, the more others will enjoy it, rather than kind of sitting there thinking and having a script. And I've done that. I've had a script in front of me, and it's been awful. I've come across very bad. If I know what I want to say, I'll just say it and then be done with it, and just have some fun, because you know what? It's not life or death.
Exactly. In the end, it really doesn't matter that much. You're helping people, and when you focus on the fact that you're helping somebody else on the other end, and that they can choose, as we've spoken about before, the judgment, let it go. They can choose to like you or not like you. The only thing you can do is either react positively and go, okay, that's their judgment opinion, I'll park that over there. What I will do is I will use my perception and go, that's okay. Come back to your presenter mindset and back into this sense of, this is getting on camera. It's a tricky thing for many people. We don't all have to be the same. We don't have to present in the same style or the same way. But this is about having some fun and bringing a bit of fun into some people's lives, whether they're a potential client or not. This on Blab is just a connection. You never know who's going to be there. You never know what relationships are going to develop. So my number one tip, Jerry, for you there is leave the ego, stop the judgment, and forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself in the moment. Hashtag edutainment. It's whatever you want to make it to be, but most of all, enjoy it. So that's it for this week, because the alarm went off. So Yaz, thank you so much for joining us here. And your Twitter handle is
at Yaz Leading Women.
At Yaz Leading Women. So by the way, if you're new here, you can go up to scroll over people's little icons at the top, and you'll see there's an option to follow them. You'll also see a little Tweety bird for the Twitter handle. If you click on that, that will automatically take you out to follow them in Twitter as well, because you're not following on Twitter if you follow here. So that's a quick tip there. So guys, edutainment, get out there, get educating with the knowledge and skills that you have right now in the best way that you know how. And remember to have some fun while you're doing it. Lovely to see you, and I'll speak to you next week.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Lottie. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.